Okay, welcome back to It's Movie Time Pod, episode 8. Officially 8 weeks into this whole experiment thing where we talk about movies with you guys every single week. I am Seth. This is Landon. This is Jax. Super excited to be here with you guys today. Shit. I guess we'll just get started. I have a whole lot of topics for us to go through, but how are you guys?
Just vibing out. Had a good gym sesh today. My legs are a little wobbly. Just living life.
Jackson, how much weight have you lost?
In my lifetime or like
No, just like recently. You look good. You
oh,
look
just
fit.
just just 5 pounds. Nothing crazy.
5 pounds, dude. That's a lot of weight.
I mean, could be better.
Go off, King. Hey, look, progress.
Appreciate it,
I'm
King.
proud of you.
Everybody go take a look at Seth's TikTok because he's popping off
I'm
with
popping
his
off.
transformation videos.
I got muscles. I was at the gym today.
Hey.
My shoulders were looking good. I finally have that thing in your chest where you can see the muscle fibers.
The striations.
Yeah. And that made me feel good. Yeah. May or may not have went home and just thought about it for a couple minutes.
Nice.
Flexed in the mirror for a while.
Yeah, I will say I look in the mirror naked at least 20 minutes a day, which psychologists say is very healthy. And I just truly am. I like my body a lot.
Do you give yourself a fist bump in the mirror?
Oh,
I've seen one that says do that every morning.
You should do that.
I give myself a bump, but it. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to talk about a few things, but I want to get into one that I think will just be interesting. We'll talk about it for a little bit. We talked about this show a couple weeks ago, but Severance. The finale was last week. Obviously, the finale is everywhere. It has people, everyone loves the finale, but obviously it leaves you a little bit like, holy cow. We won't spoil anything, but I just want, give me your guys' Severance season 2 final thoughts now that we've seen the entire season.
I mean, it was really good. I am like, everything I think about now is just like, what's season 3 going to be? And I just think, how long are we going to go without Mark and Helly and like them? I feel like it's going to be all people on the outside trying to get back in. And I don't know how excited I am for that because I like the other characters a lot.
Yeah.
But
Fair. I was upset at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
May have caused some emotions that I did not enjoy. But it was fantastic. I hope, fingers crossed, hopefully they don't take more than like a year and a half max to give us the next season, because I feel like it'll lose a lot of momentum and they probably want to just keep riding that momentum. So fingers crossed they can get the next season to us quick. Great TV show. If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch.
Yeah.
It's the thing is I've heard a lot of, just talking to friends, I've heard a lot of feedback of like it's confusing, and so they stopped watching it. It's still confusing. We're 2 seasons in. It's still confusing. It's worth it though.
It's a show that is basically unveiling little bits of information at a time, and it's keeping you in the dark. And you're either going to like that or you aren't, but like realistically, like, wow, this season's amazing. Like everything. From top to bottom, I thought it was an amazing season. We had one episode that was a filler, but it was great cuz even the filler episode gave us information that we needed. It was essential, and I think will really propel us into season 3. And Severance is just the probably the best show of the last 5 years. Like realistically, just best TV. It's fantastically created. I just saw something the other day that it basically there was an Apple ad back in 1984 that like Severance is like kind of based off of almost.
Mm.
Like it was for the Lisa when they were promoting obviously one of their first computers, and it like is full Severance setup. It's kind of crazy, and it was like, wow, that's cool. But yeah, I would give the season a 10 out of 10, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
but season 1's the same.
Season
I
one's the
think.
same. I think so far so good, you
Yeah.
know.
Is it? And I know we're only 2 seasons in, but after 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, is this better than Game of Thrones? Is Severance better than Game of Thrones?
I mean, I like the first 2 seasons more than I like the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. But
I feel like
Com-
it took me a couple seasons of Game of Thrones to be like, oh, I'm in this.
but it's so different.
Yeah.
It's hard to really like compare the two, but I mean, I definitely do think this has its, you know, merits. Game of Thrones has its merits. Obviously, Game of Thrones is a lot bigger scale wise. I would say the first season of Game of Thrones is better than the first season of Severance, but I think season 1 and 2 combined, I would give the edge to Severance because season 2 of Game of Thrones isn't my favorite. But that's just me.
Fair.
What would you say, Jax?
I loved Game of Thrones ending. The ending had its moments that were like, oh, it's cool, but it sucked at the same time. I personally like Severance more than all of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
which might be a hot take. But you know what? I've been getting flamed online for my hot takes. I'm full of them.
Yeah, because they all suck.
That's insane.
But
Says the person who thinks Gal Gadot is a good actress.
who calls her Gal Gadot?
That's how it's pronounced. I looked it up. I looked it up.
Look, I know because Ali also put on
Yes.
Instagram and
That's
goes,
why I looked it up. I had
crazy
to
that he
fact check my
doesn't pronounce the
girlfriend.
T. But also, I've never heard a single soul pronounce it Gal Gadot.
Well, if you're such a fan, maybe you should pronounce her name right.
Well, that's my bad, and I'll try and be better. Sorry, Gal. I'll try and be better. Not really, because I'm one of your biggest defenders, and I don't think you actually care that much. You also,
Would you not care if people pronounce your name wrong?
How are they going to pronounce my name?
Seteris?
Seteris is kind of sick,
Seteris?
actually. I'd be okay.
You would not. You would get so annoyed.
That sounds like a disease. Ceteris?
I would correct them. I don't know why we have to bring diseases into this.
I'm saying that's, if you say it fast, Ceteris.
Ceteris Severance.
Ceteris Oris, the name of your future child.
No, dude. The name of my future child is actually going to be El Deuterino Oris.
Okay.
To my future wife, just know it's first
It's
dibs.
non-negotiable.
First dibs. Okay. I'll even carry the child.
Interesting.
How would a man carry a child?
They
You
wouldn't.
Well, obviously they wouldn't, but like, where would it come out of? All right, moving forward. Yeah, Severance season 2 is very, very good. Next, we're just gonna keep this moving right along. We saw Magazine Dreams on Saturday. Jonathan Majors' film was made in 2023. Obviously, all the legal drama went on, so it did not come out until last weekend. But we saw it, and I think it's safe to say that we all loved this movie. Loved it. Incredibly depressing film. Pretty hard watch. It's not like the easiest film to watch through, and it's not a cheery film. But man,
It does have one really funny scene,
oh yeah,
But it's kind of,
but
still
it's
like
still
sad
sad at the same time.
Yeah, like it's funny, but like what's happening is not great.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think Jonathan Majors is so good that his character makes you laugh sometimes. It's kind of like the movie. For those of you who don't know, Jonathan Majors plays basically a person who is working to become, he's in bodybuilding competitions, all these things. He's working to become perfect, the greatest bodybuilder of all time. But he also has severe mental health issues, anger issues, all these things. And it is very hard, but I did like the fact that there are certain scenes where it feels awkward to laugh, but like I think with mental health and depression and things like that, like you're going to be in a lot of situations where it's kind of hard to laugh, but you have to laugh because that's how you get through some of those situations. Like I think the movie really handles a lot of those nuances really well. And Jonathan Majors is just, dude.
Probably one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Deserves every acting award ever.
He should win an Oscar for that performance. And the tough thing is, one, we don't know if he qualifies for next year's Oscars.
He would qualify.
He would,
Yeah.
even though it came out in 2023,
Yes.
because it hit big screen.
Yeah, because it
This
just
year?
was
Okay.
Film Festivals 2023 came out this year.
Okay. So if he gets nominated, he should win. I don't think he will get nominated because of all of the legal issues, but man, does he deserve an Oscar for that?
He does. Also,
Like-
he's innocent. Give the man his Oscar. Charges were dropped. Now she's just trying to drop things online that are weird, and I'm like, kind of crazy. I think you're just playing with this guy's humanity at this point. Now, is he innocent? Is he not? I don't know. I'm sure he's made mistakes, but it's also like due process is a real thing. And if someone sues me and they drop the charges, I'm fully like, and I'm fully expecting people to be like, yeah, you didn't do it. Like, or why else would she have dropped the charges? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be controversial or political, but I do think Jonathan Majors was at the top of Hollywood. Like, literally, if you think about it, he was at the top of the mountain making crazy good projects. Kang in the event, in Marvel, he's in Creed 3, he's in all of these great movies. And then that stuff comes out and it's just sort of like completely falls off the face of the planet. And it's like, that sucks, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Magazine Dreams is just wildly good. Wildly good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I think we all did.
That's what I did
Yeah.
too.
And I think it's so good. But it is a hard watch, and I would, if I was going in to watch it, just prep yourself to be like kind of sad the entire movie. And but it also is just such a good feeling of like it, not a good feeling, but it really does show like the nuances of humanity, the the journey to perfection, as it were, the never feeling like you're good enough and wanting to be better. Like, there's so many different things that I think apply, especially in today's day and time. But yeah,
No, I agree. I think it really hits on like you don't know what people are going through. So like just try to be nice to everyone. I think that's like the biggest thing I got from it is like everyone's going through a bunch of crap. Just like be nice, dude.
be nice, be respectful. It's not even always like be nice.
No.
It's just be respectful of
Yeah.
people and the situations they may be in. Because it's always the happiest or like the people you think are probably doing the best that aren't. So check on your friends,
That Robin Williams quote.
check on your family. I know I post it all the time. It's really hard because it's really easy to act happy all the time. But there's a lot of stuff masked underneath the surface. Any other thoughts before we move on for Magazine Dreams? Cool.
No.
I feel like you guys aren't very What's going on?
No, I'm just letting you explain. You were hitting it.
Yeah, you were in your
I'm in my bag.
you're in your film kit era.
Okay, go off. Me. I'm actually very happy about that. Thank you for saying it. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so we're actually going to go through some trailers, which we haven't really done yet, but there were two trailers that came out this past week that I wanted to talk about. The first was The Materialist, the new Celine Song movie. A24 is making it. Celine Song obviously made Past Lives, which is one of my favorite A24 movies, and also just movies in general. I think it's beautiful. And this is more, though, where that's more of like a rom-dram and it's a hard movie to watch. This is more of a rom-com feeling. Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, who we talked about recently on the pod, and also Pedro Pascal.
Daddy Pascal.
Daddy Pascal, dude. And he plays a billionaire or millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like Chris Evans is like the poor guy. And it's like, oh, who's she going to choose? We all know. Okay.
But maybe
Yeah,
we don't.
The billionaire.
No, she's going to choose the poor.
Maybe she doesn't choose any and she just match makes herself with someone else.
Maybe she chooses the billionaire, you know?
Maybe
Maybe they choose each other and she's left out.
So
Maybe it's
like
a
gay.
challengers type situation.
Yeah. That's cool. It's like a gay movie. That's cool.
Could be.
I'd be down for that. That she is a matchmaker in the film, so maybe she realizes that those two are perfect for each other.
Yeah. It's kind of like the female version of Hitch with like a twist.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It might not be A24's like in their top 5 movies ever made, but I think it'll be a good time.
I think it'll be a 4.5, 5 out of 5. Celine Song is just so good. And she's got a real grasp on love, I think, when it comes to her writing and her movie. Like, even though she's just made Past Lives, I think that movie has so many nuances of just love. And even like there are parts of that movie that are just rom-com territory. So I'm in. I'm
Good.
down with it.
Dakota Johnson, I'm in.
Yeah, facts.
Anytime she's in
Landon
anything.
loves him some Dakota
I mean,
Johnson.
I haven't seen any of the 50 Shades. So I don't know about that side of her, but the sides of her like Cha Cha Real Smooth.
I like those
If you
sides.
haven't seen Cha Cha Real Smooth, go watch it. Good film.
That's like my
It's a
favorite.
good movie, dude. Apple TV.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. They make bangers, and people
Dude,
don't
they
know.
made Killers of the Flower Moon, dude. One of the greatest Scorsese films.
Seth loves that movie.
I know you guys weren't quite ready for it.
It was just very long.
I do think if you guys rewatched it now that you have the experience of like watching really long movies, because honestly, maybe I'm wrong, but when we watched that movie, that probably was one of the first like 3 hour, 30-minute movies you've ever watched.
Oh yeah, in the theater, yeah.
And it probably one of like it definitely, it's a heavy subject matter. There's a ton of stuff like that. So I don't know. Obviously you guys probably would never rewatch it because you guys hate movies and stuff.
That's
But
crazy.
Yeah,
Is
we
it?
Hey,
do.
you can
We
get out of
do.
my house.
You
I
keep
hate
telling me to
'em.
get out of your house, and I just think it's crazy.
Podcast over.
Podcast over.
Yep, Seth, you can leave.
Crazy. Okay. Well, The Materialist, yeah, really excited for it. And obviously today we have Death of a Unicorn coming out this week. So we're going to go through A24 films and we're
Wait. Pause. You skipped over the other trailer.
No, I'm going to go to
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'm just What the hell's your problem?
Well, we were talking about a trailer and then you just went
Yeah,
into...
because it's A24, so I'm just explaining about A24.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I mean, I guess go off, King. Sorry to interrupt.
I didn't mean what the hell was your problem. That's my bad.
That is your bad.
Okay. What's going on today?
Peace.
I feel like that's okay.
Look,
Well,
I've just been getting smoke on the internet and I love it.
yeah, apparently, because now you're treating me like garbage.
I love when people disagree with my opinions. It fuels my fire.
I know it does. You probably get like hard just from like XXX73 on Twitter or
Look, the
Instagram
one
being
kid-
like, your shit sucks.
The one kid who, when I said that Forrest Gump's not a good movie, and then he's like, this kid has no original opinion of his own. That doesn't make any sense. I'm literally going against what the majority of movie watchers think.
I think the reason he did say that, because I agree with you, I don't agree with him, but I think the reason he said that is because you didn't explain why you didn't like Forrest Gump in the clip.
That's fair. I did leave a comment on the TikTok with my
Absolutely.
reasons.
No, 100%. And I think
But-
people just probably skipped over that or didn't read it and they just commented because that's what people do.
Fair.
But I mean, from my vantage point, if I hadn't read your explanation, I would have been probably in the same boat where I'm like,
Yeah, but your sister agreed with me, so
yeah, of course. Shout out
Queen.
Jamie,
yeah.
the GOAT. Okay, cool. Well, let's go through the ballerina trailer. I got lost in time because
Yeah, you did. Sorry, I kind of derailed our little neat and organized podcast, but I think that's the fun of a podcast, you know?
it is. It is the fun of a podcast. I also I don't know. I feel like we're just having a good time. So the Ballerina new trailer came out, obviously from the world of John Wick. Ballerina starring Ana de Armas, which is mine second most anticipated movie of the year left. I am so excited for this movie. I love the John Wick movies. Every single John Wick movie I saw at least 5 times in theaters. Love them. Like if someone's ever looking for like an action film to get into action movies, I always recommend John Wick 1 and 2. They're like the easiest 2 movies to get people into action movies because the action's fun. But Ana de Armas, obviously, she's part of like the I think it's called like the Mussolini. It's like the ballerinas that are like Black Widow, basically, where they're trained from birth to kind of do their thing. And it basically, what this new trailer revealed to us, if you don't watch trailers and you like to avoid them, turn the sound off for 10 seconds. But John Wick v. Ana de Armas, dude. They're going up against each other. The Baba Yaga versus the Hottie Mama.
Like 80% of people's celebrity crushes.
Yeah, who wins?
But like, obviously he would win.
But he's
But he's
old
not-
also.
No, well, when does this fall into the timeline?
It's like after the 4th, I think. It's like current day. So it's after John Wick 4.
Yeah, he old. Well, there's the speculation of he didn't actually die when they...
Yeah, that's like the whole end of the 4th one is like, it's kind of like a nod of like, he's
So this is confirmed like after the 4th is when this
I'm
falls in.
pretty sure.
Do you want me to look it up? See if we have any info on it?
Yeah, you can look that up,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it's like after the 4th one. We're gonna. So we're
Guess
back.
who's back?
So Ballerina takes place in between John Wick 3 and 4. Okay, so obviously John Wick's not gonna die. We know that much. My
She's
guess.
not going to die either.
No, my guess is, well, because I think she's going to be the future of this franchise. Let's remember, in No Time to Die, the James Bond movie, she
aged.
rocks.
Yeah, she was good.
Like, she is awesome. One of my favorite scenes of that movie is with her. So I think I'm just really excited to see what ends up happening there. And I think ultimately her and John Wick will team up,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. And it might not be like a huge team up. It might just be a little like, help me real quick, and then he's out.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they want
Oh, I
him to,
think
like,
he'll
take
probably
over.
be in it for like 10, 15 minutes. Now, here's my question for you guys. Is Ana de Armas a top 10 actress in Hollywood right now?
Right now, I'd say yeah. because
Popularity wise,
Yeah,
probably yes.
yeah.
Popularity wise, definitely.
Acting prowess.
I
Thing
don't
about
know.
it is anytime she's in a movie, I'm in.
Yeah, that's true.
Deep Water.
Deep Water is so wild. Have you seen that
Yeah,
movie?
Crazy movie.
Dude, that movie is insane.
I don't even know if I've reviewed that.
I remember watching that and being like, holy shit, I'm so into this. Like, it's bad, but I love that movie.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. It's crazy.
Ben Affleck, Ana de Armas, they were dating
Yeah.
at the time, and it's like a what is it called? It's a thriller, but it's like sexy. What is that called? It's like, I don't know, it's a sexy thriller. Jackson, shut up, dude.
You know what I just looked up?
What, sexy thriller?
No, I just looked up Letterboxd.
What's my review?
Do you want your honest rate?
Star and a half?
2.
2?
Your review just says LOL. What the fuck? Which is a really funny review for that movie.
Dude,
Crazy movie.
crazy movie. And honestly, 2 stars is mean. It deserves at least 3 because I had so much fun watching that movie. But I do remember watching it and out loud saying, what the F, at least
Yeah.
10 times. Like, holy shit, this is crazy that this is real. It feels almost like a spoof of a movie. But no, yeah, I love Ana de Armas. Any thoughts from you guys on the Ballerina trailer before we get into the meat of the rest of this pod?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm just expecting the same John Wick, action, everything. It's
If
gonna be
it-
good.
I mean, look, dude, if it even touches any of the 4 of the John Wicks, we're in for such a good
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Okay, real quick. This is on the fly. Rank the John Wick films.
That's so hard.
2,
2.
3.
Are you going from
2 is the best. 2
Okay.
is my favorite.
2,
3, 1, 4.
2, 3, 1, 4?
I think I go 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay. Crazy. I go 1, 3, 2, 4.
Okay.
Fair.
But we all have 4 as the last.
Yeah, but that's the thing is 4 is still, I give it 5 out of
4
5.
is still great.
No, I have 4 as my third. I have 1 as my last.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
you
one
switched.
is crazy, but I just liked the introduction of his friend in the 4th movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I liked the blind guy in the 4th movie. I
Yeah.
thought he was sick.
Donnie Yen's awesome
Yeah,
in that movie.
he's so good.
He's also in Rogue One, and he's
yeah,
very
and
good
he's
in
blind
Rogue
in that
One.
movie also.
Yeah. Sorry, Obi. I'm not trying. Oh, don't bite.
He's
Hey.
he's in a really playful
He's
mood.
always in a playful mood when we're on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't
He really
understand.
is. Sorry,
Just
I'm
this
not trying to
time.
be mean, Obi. I just don't want you to shock yourself, buddy.
Come here, dude.
No, I think that's fair. But that's the thing is all the John Wick movies for me are 5 out of 5.
Yeah, they're great movies.
Like if you asked me to like critique the 4th one, I would probably just be like, it's freaking awesome, but I just like the others a little bit better.
The one I might actually put 4th last because I didn't like the stair scene.
Oh, I love
Well,
the
it-
stairs
I just
scene.
It's
felt
a
like
good
it-
scene. It's just frustrating.
I just felt like it was
He ma-
so long.
That's why it's awesome though. It is like so much fun. It's like, oh, it feels like The Raid. It feels like all these other movies where it's like, yeah, it's a really long sequence, but like the action is sick.
Oh, the action goes crazy.
And as an audience member, you feel John Wick's pain. Like you're like, holy cow, dude. Let's get through this, please.
That's what I was saying. Just get to the top of the damn
Yeah.
staircase.
But I guess it's like you feel that way, but I feel like everyone feels that way, but you either like that feeling or don't.
Yeah.
which is totally fair either way.
Do you think John Wick could do an Iron Man? Because
Yes.
his endurance is crazy.
Oh yeah, John Wick could freaking run across America.
I think John Wick, dude. John Wick in bed lasts at least 45 minutes.
45.
What's the argument? Who wins in a fight, John Wick or Jason Bourne?
John Wick.
John
John
Wick
Wick.
mopping the floor.
Yeah. Well, it's like same thing respectfully. Who wins in a fight, John Wick or Ethan Hunt?
John Wick.
Exactly.
And I
It's
love me
it's
some
'cause
Mission
John Wick
Impossible.
is
because
just
he's the
ending
Baba
it,
Yaga, dude.
but he's just
Yeah.
ending it quick.
Can we also, okay, we do have to acknowledge the thing about John Wick 1. I still think here's why I love that movie so much. Still, one of my favorite scenes ever is when he calls Leguizamo and he goes, why did you hit my son? And he goes, well, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And the guy immediately, that's when you really know that John Wick's that dude.
It's him.
Because he just looks and he goes, he's the fucking boogeyman. And I'm like, ah! My dad rewatches that scene all the time. And every time it's on, I just watch it with him.
Dude,
And,
maybe I'm just gonna rewatch the John Wick movies now.
well, they're
Might
coming to
have to do that.
Megaplex.
Oh, are
shit.
we hitting them all?
They're doing one a week.
Oh, I'm in.
So John Wick 1, 2, 3, 4, leading up to Ballerina.
I'm so in.
So we're definitely we should do that and we should review them on the pod.
Yeah, I'm in.
We should live stream them in the theater. No, I'm just
Nice, dude. Yeah.
We should do a podcast episode while watching.
While
them.
watching John Wick in the theater with other people
in
around.
the quiet room, dude.
Yeah.
In the mother's room. Hopefully no stoners try and suck each other off in there.
That's crazy. Does that happen?
Dude, I don't know, but I'm still thinking about those guys that were
In
getting
7.
jiggy with it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I just feel like
They weren't getting jiggy with it. They were smoking weed
why did 2 of them go in a stall?
to hit the same blunt.
Hit the same pen.
They were hitting something. Yeah. Okay. So moving forward, dude, Ballerina's going to be sick and stuff. But moving forward, okay, now I'm really excited for this. We are going to be talking, obviously, Death of a Unicorn is coming out. That's what me and Landon are going to review this week because Jackson will be out again. But A24, one of our favorite studios, obviously makes a ton of bangers. We're going to go through our top 3 A24 films today. Each of us will go through. I know Jax has made what he thinks the best 3 are and then what his top 3 are. I just have honorable mentions with mine. And then I don't know what Lan has, but
I just have my favorites.
cool. So
Do you just rated them as your favorites?
Yeah,
Not-
these are just
okay.
my favorite. It's
Yeah.
not what I think is like best made. It's just, I just like these ones.
Fair.
okay, cool. Lan, do you want to start for us?
Yeah, I'll start. Number 3 on my list, I have Ex Machina.
Nice.
Good movie.
Number 2 is a tie, and it's because of the actress that's in them.
Okay.
I have Civil War and Priscilla.
Oh, Civil War rocks.
Civil War.
Because shout out to my girl Kaylee.
Kaylee
Spaney.
Spaney is good.
She's in both of those, so I was like,
Civil War is crazy because that's A24's biggest budget film, and that movie rocks.
yeah, it was a good movie.
So good.
The gunshots in that movie.
Oh, the gunshots, dude. Jesse Plemons
Jesse
scene.
Plemons scene is in
One of the most
insane.
intense scenes.
It's my top. It's a top 4 scene from last year for me.
Yeah, big fan.
I've told you guys the story of what happened during that scene when I was watching it in Dallas, didn't I?
Was
With
someone
the
on their
people
phone?
in the
I'm in an IMAX theater. The guy in front of me during that scene, no joke, takes a phone call, is talking loud. I lean down. I go, "Hey, will you please turn your phone off or go in the hallway?" He goes, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "Dude, seriously, just come on." Because I'm like, my heart rate's jacked. The scene's really good. And then he like gets up and he's with 3 guys. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably just going to get the shit beaten out of me here. But like, I also stood on business. I don't care. And his friend's like, let's just go. I was like, yeah, ruin the scene. So I went and saw it immediately after. Again, just for that scene. I'm serious. I bought a ticket. Saw the next IMAX showing.
You should have just said to the workers, like, hey, they ruined this scene. I want to see it again.
Can you just rewind it for me?
Just
Yeah,
rewind
hey,
it, please.
Rewind.
But that movie in IMAX rocks. Did you
Yeah.
guys watch it in IMAX?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a great movie.
Loud.
Loud.
Um,
Great pick. Sorry. Go
no,
number
you're
1.
good. My number 1, you probably know, Past Lives.
Past Lives banger. Banger.
It's just, yeah. That's the thing is there's a lot of other movies that I'm like, oh, these are great. But like those 3 probably had like, you know, the best lasting impression and ones that I'd watch those again
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah. Civil War is highly, in my opinion, rewatchable.
Yeah.
I've rewatched that movie a lot since it came out. At home, too.
I love the shot in Civil War 2 where they're driving through the forest and it's on fire.
Yeah.
So cool.
Can I just say this about Civil War II? And I wish more movies would do this on the political spectrum, because obviously it's like California teams up with what is it?
Texas.
Texas, and everyone before
Crazy.
going in is like, "There's no way that's fake." But then obviously the movie like has real consequences of what, like its own the government screws these states over, and it really like takes away the political divide, and it's just like, hey, we're all Americans at the end of the day. Like, I like that.
Mhm.
I like the fact that like it didn't try and be super ultra political, because I think those when movies get like that, I love political movies, don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes when it's like infighting, it's kind of like typically it's alienating someone,
Yeah.
and that's tough. But I think Civil War, like my parents are conservatives, they love Civil War. And they didn't think they were going to like it because they thought, it was going to be more liberal. But they saw it and they're like, I wish every movie was like that. Because they don't care about the politics all that much. They just want to watch a good movie.
Yeah.
So I did really appreciate that. And I think Alex Garland is really good at that. So you have two Alex Garland flicks, because you also have Ex Machina.
Oh, nice.
He made
Ex
Civil
Machina is a good movie.
And the A24 film that comes out after Death of a Unicorn, Warfare, was also directed by him and a guy who served in the military that the movie's
Warfare's
based
gonna
off
go
of.
crazy.
Yes.
Oh, but I did want to say my favorite is Marty Supreme.
Coming out in
Hasn't
December.
come out yet, but it's got Timmy in it. So,
Gwyneth Paltrow and Timmy are
Yep.
going to be having lots of sex in it.
Hey,
You're going to see
not,
Timmy
That's
Schlong.
not why it's going to be my favorite, but it's just because Timmy's in it.
And it's a Safdie brothers film.
Hey.
Well, not brothers, but, I think it's Josh that directed that one. But, no. Great picks, Lan.
I like them.
Thank you.
Jax, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next? I know
Yeah.
you guys were not able, like, you guys kept trying to guess my top three.
I think I have one of them, but
What is it?
that's neither here nor there.
Okay, you go. You go.
The one that I guessed for you was The Witch in your top three. And
Okay.
it might not be, but I think it will because you just loved that movie so much.
Love it.
So I'm going to start off with what I think their best movies are, and then I'll do what my favorite movies are. So I think their best top three, from my opinion of their best movies, The Iron Claw at number 3,
Ooh, Iron Claw's great.
The Brutalist at number 2,
Oh,
and Sing Sing at number 1.
wow.
I think those are their 3 best movies.
3 best.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my favorite movies, at number 3, I have Civil War.
Okay.
At number 2, I have Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
And number 1, I have Sing Sing.
Okay. Yeah, you watched Sing Sing on the plane and really loved it.
Beautiful movie.
Great movie. So good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's Coleman Domingo. He's so good.
He's so good. And honestly, that movie is so inspiring.
Yeah.
Like, so inspiring. And that's a great list of movies.
Thank you.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is really good.
Fun movie. It's the first movie we ever saw together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Gateway
At the
in Salt
Gateway.
Lake City.
Gateway Megaplex.
It's when I realized that Seth is a stickler about phones being out in the theater because the preview started and like the lights darkened and I was still on my phone and I just saw Seth giving me the side stare.
During the previews?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He just had to set a precedent right there. Like, hey,
I'm not too
about this.
typically though, I'm not too big during the previews. I'll be on my phone during previews. The fact of the matter is we see so many previews.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to like listen to like a TikTok, or I'm never going to like talk too loud during the previews, because we know people that talk too loud during the previews, and it can get like, I'm like, there are probably some people that care like about this part, so let's chill. But I think being on your phone during the preview is fine.
I think it was mainly just you like telling us that, hey, if you're on your phone during the movie, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Well,
Which
that's,
we would never do that.
yeah, but you never know.
But you never know.
I think that's, not to be like I'm the holy one, but I've
Listen,
gone,
all guys.
I don't, you guys can attest to this. I don't watch movies with that many people. Like, I won't go to the movie theater with you. You kind of have to earn my trust. Like, I genuinely, and I know that sounds like, oh, he thinks he's so right. He's self-righteous
Yeah, what a
about this.
pretentious douchebag.
But like, No, if I'm going to the movie theater, I say it all the time. The movie theater is my church. And I go to church on Sundays, but the
I
movie
go to
theater
movies on
is
Sundays
my
too.
church 7 days a week. And it's truly like, for me, a special experience. And there's nothing worse. There is truly nothing worse than being with your friend and having to be like, hey, please turn off your phone, because you never know how people are going to take it. And it's just weird. But thank you guys for being
Yeah.
so good about that, because that's why we have now seen, I think, movies in my life I've probably seen the most with my parents, obviously, second most with Kirby, and then third most with y'all. And I think we're pretty close to passing what me and Kirby have seen together.
Yeah, suck it, Kirby.
No,
Just kidding, Kirby.
he's
You're a cool
good.
guy.
I
You
love
just, you
Kirby.
just live far away, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to Disneyland this next month,
Is he gonna pull up?
and well, I was gonna say we should go. We should go to the IMAX in Burbank one night. I know it's not Disney, but I was like, we should go to the IMAX in Burbank one night and freaking watch a movie with Kirby,
I'm in.
because that IMAX in Burbank, you guys would dig it. And
How's the popcorn?
oh, and Sinners might be in 70 millimeter
Oh,
at that
I'm
point
in.
too.
Oh yeah.
So they just announced that Sinners has 70 millimeter screenings kind of scattered throughout the U.S., which will be dope. So that could be fun.
Yeah, it could be really
But cool. No, Jax, I think those are great lists. The thing about this, I was thinking about, I was like, are we going to be argumentative about the top three A24? And I was like, the tough thing is they're all so good that you can understand people's preferences.
I've given a lot of A24 films 4 out of 5 stars
Yeah.
because they do make a lot of good ones, and then they have obviously their weaker stuff, which we're just not going to talk about because
Yeah.
Midsummer.
We don't talk.
What?
We don't like crapping on
What?
movies as much as we like joke about it. Crapping on movies is one of my least favorite things. Like, because every movie has worth and every movie has value. Like, it's so hard to make a movie. So whenever I watch something, I'm like, dude, this sucks. But hey, go off. Except for Life Itself. That's its soulless project.
I was just about to say except for Steve Jobs, just to piss you off.
Yeah, nice, dude. Steve Jobs, great film. Okay, so my top. Well, let me give some honorable mentions first from A24. So my honorable mentions are Ex Machina, first R-rated movie I saw on my own ever.
Nice.
So I saw that. I snuck in to
King?
Ex Machina. The Witch
Oh,
is
that's
an honorable mention.
Dang it.
My favorite horror film of all time. The Florida Project, one of Sean Baker's first movies. So good. Willem Dafoe is phenomenal in it, and all the child actors are awesome. Lady Bird, mid 90s. I know Jonah Hill is a little bit like, people feel a certain type of way about him because he's like a toxic boyfriend kind of thing. But also, I'm like, I don't think that's worth canceling someone. I'm sorry, you don't have to like him, but he should still be allowed to make movies and do stuff. I don't know. And then whatever. That's just my personal opinion,
Fair.
because we've all been in toxic relationships, and I think we come out of them. We maybe don't like that person, but we can still understand that like relationships are complicated. But that doesn't give you the right to treat people that way. Just to be clear. Other honorable mention, After Sun, Paul Mescal, one of the saddest movies I've ever seen in my life. And then Past Lives.
I'm shocked Past Lives isn't on your top 3. It's the only movie you've ever posted your
I like made
opinion
a
on
I made a
social media.
whole post on social media about it. That one shook me to my core.
I'm curious to see what your top 3 are because
So
I thought that was going to be one for sure.
Yeah, let me explain my top 3 here. So these are the films that I have rewatched the most, that I think are the most rewatchable, with a mix of also being the best. My number one A24 film here, I think, is actually the best A24 film ever made. Number 3, The Tragedy of Macbeth.
I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to do it. I was going to guess that in your top 3, but then I thought there's no way that's going to be in his top 3.
Love that movie. It's my favorite Shakespeare adaptation ever. Joel Cohen directs the shit out of that movie, and Denzel is phenomenal. The cinematography in that movie too, the use of natural light with the black and white is so beautiful. I can't get over that movie. I saw that movie I know it's a little bit of a weirder choice, but I saw that movie in theaters, I think 13 times.
Dang.
which is a lot for that
I've
movie.
never seen a movie in theaters 13 times in my
I haven't
life.
even seen that movie.
The most I've ever seen is 7, and it was Dune 2.
Dune 2 fucks.
Yeah.
Shit. We're keeping that one in because I don't want to edit it out. But we're allowed. We're a PG-13 podcast. We're allowed one F word per.
Isn't it 3 in movies now?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Number 2, Uncut Gems. Most visceral reaction to a movie I've ever had was Uncut Gems. Not gonna spoil it, but the ending legitimately jacked my heart rate up and I started cussing like all over the place. I also saw that movie in theaters a lot just because I wanted to see people's reactions to the end. And one of my favorite reactions ever was I was in a show and this black girl gets up from her seat and goes, "Oh hell no, this is white people shit. F that," and runs out of the theater. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
this is white people shit. Dude, that's crazy. So funny. Kevin Garnett gives just a performance of a lifetime. Like best NBA actor performance ever.
Better than Shaq in Grown Ups 2? That's crazy.
Exactly. Even better than LeBron in
Space Jam?
Trainwreck. No.
Oh.
No.
Come on, chill out. But number 1 is Moonlight.
Never seen it.
You guys would love that movie. Moonlight, okay.
I'm going to add it to the list right now.
I'm going to get a little bit weird, and people will probably judge me for this, but that's okay. We all grew up here in Utah in the Mormon religion, and growing up in Utah in the Mormon religion, you're kind of like, it's pretty homophobic environment.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just a product of your environment most of the times. And I remember I had kind of gotten, I had learned, I had started going to a liberal arts school and I had learned that there was more to life than just straight white male and female, right? Like realistically. And I saw Moonlight, and it's about a black gay man. And I remember being so moved and so touched. I remember crying in the theater, and I texted my friend Casey after the movie, who she is gay. And I said to her basically like, I'm so sorry that I have been so, what's the word? Just like ignorant.
Yeah.
And I was like, it changed me. It changed me as a person. Like, as stupid as it sounds, like it made me not only like not homophobic anymore, but it made me want to advocate for these people that have go through all this oppression because of their sexual preference. And that's the power of movies. Like, I think that's why movies are made, is to help people change their mind on certain things that are tough to look at. And it makes me happy that it exists, because I will now forever live a life that is supportive of these people. And it also made me take a lot of looks at certain things like racism and things like that I'm going to be straight up. The Mormon church in Utah, it's gotten better, but like it's pretty damn oppressive. And we're all still Mormon, just to be clear. But I think it's really important. This is like going off on a tangent, but it's really important to look at whether it's your religion, political beliefs, whatever it is, and be able to, you can still support something while being very critical of it. And the Mormon church has a whole lot of stains, and I will definitely look at them. I will acknowledge them, and I will just try my best to be better. And I think that's the power of movies. Like, I've never been racist, but there are certain movies out there that have been made that I'm like Black Klansman, for example, Spike Lee's film. I remember watching that movie and being like, dude, I need, it's not enough to just like sit by and be in support of Black people. Like, I need to be in support of Black people and what they go through, and Asian people, and all these, different things. So sorry I went off on a tangent there, but Moonlight's a very important movie to me. And it's so funny because that came out the same year as La La Land, obviously. And there was the Best Picture thing where they announced La La Land and then Moonlight won Best Picture. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I tweeted out about it and I go, I'm really glad Moonlight won. Definitely deserved it. And I'm great friends with these guys now. But I got so much hate on Twitter. Like, oh, you're just saying that because you want to be different. La La Land was definitely the best movie. And I was like, did you even see Moonlight? All these people are like, no. I'm like, exactly. Don't talk. Don't talk. But with that being said, yeah, those are mine.
Fair.
Fair. Never seen Moonlight. Gonna watch it. Just added it to my list.
Yeah.
So,
It'll,
is that a movie that I need to put with Seth on?
I mean, I'm like to a point where I'm like, maybe we watch that tonight or tomorrow night.
Hey, I'm in for a good movie. I've watched 1.13 movies per day so far this year.
I'm
So
at 1.5.
yeah,
I don't even know what I'm at.
You're
I'm
probably
hitting
you're
like
probably
a point.
you're
about
probably
on
like
par
one.
with Jax.
Yeah, you're
It
probably
might be like
one.
a 0.8 to 1.
How many movies? Let me check. How many movies have you watched this year?
I'm at 89.
But no,
You're
yeah.
at 89, then you're above because we're only at day 83 this year.
So you're a little past one. And I think those are A24. I think A24 is doing great things. Obviously, Death of a Unicorn this week.
Gonna either be it's gonna be weird.
It is going to
It's
be
gonna be
weird.
super weird.
I've
but I
heard
think
mixed
it's gonna be
things.
fun.
It's gonna be funny, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people really like it. Some people are indifferent. Some people are like,
84 movies this year.
Oh, 84?
Yeah.
so you're a little above one.
No, 85. Sorry,
That's pretty good.
85 this year.
I like it.
Shout out Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Getting me to 85 today.
Oh, dude, that movie rocks. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I think that's probably in top 5 hardest cries during a movie ever.
Really?
Because so Mamma Mia, when it came out, the first Mamma Mia, it came out same time, not to bring this up, but The Dark Knight was out at the same time as the first Mamma Mia. And we went to the theater and my parents were like, we're seeing Mamma Mia. And I was just a young kid who wanted to watch The
pissed?
Dark
A young
Knight.
pup.
And I was pissed. I was like, I don't want to watch some singing movie over The Dark Knight. Are you kidding me? I was pissed. So I was like, I'm not going in.
Good choice by your parents.
So yeah, nice. Honestly, maybe, I don't know. Mamma Mia, Here We Go. So Mamma Mia, though, I went in the theater, loved it. I watched that movie for like a month straight when it came out on DVD. I love that movie. And Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, in my opinion, the first Mamma Mia is really not that good, but Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again makes the first film better retroactively because it kind of goes back in time. It shifts all these things. And I remember during the dancing queen sequence, bawling. And my mom's right next to me and she's also crying. And I'm just like, this is awesome. This is amazing. I love movies and I love that they can make me feel like this. It's like, oh,
Is it a hot take though for the musical fans to say Mamma Mia 2 is better than Mamma Mia 1?
no.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
I don't
pretty
know
well
if it's-
well regarded as Mamma Mia 2's like leagues above Mamma Mia.
Okay.
Honestly, never seen either of them.
You'd like them. I think you'd have fun with them.
Yeah.
The second one you would really like. Like I think you'd probably give Land gave it 4.5. I think you'd probably give it 4.5 or 5. First one you'd probably give 3 to 3.5.
I'm adding them to my movie
Good.
list right now.
Lily James.
Should I just, man, that's so good. Okay. But also, yeah, and then A24 has Warfare. They've got so many good movies coming up.
Warfare could be
I watched
a top 3 movie of the year.
I watched a featurette today. So obviously the movie is based off of tales from the director's time over in Afghanistan. So he wrote the script off of like his actual real life experiences or what he can remember. And I watched and he put all the actors through like a boot camp,
Oh, sick.
like a real military boot camp
That's
so
crazy.
that the movie would be as real to life as possible.
That cast is stacked.
Cast
too.
is stacked. It's got like Will Poulter.
Yeah,
It's
I
got-
love Will Poulter.
Oh, he's great, dude. He's in Death of a Unicorn too.
Yeah. What a guy.
I'm very, very excited for that movie. Okay,
You're getting paid for this?
you're getting paid for this. Let's do this. I think we all have one or two hot takes. Let's go through some hot takes real quick.
I
And
might
then
be
wrap
all
up.
burned out of hot takes. I don't know
Okay,
if I
Jax
can
is
afford
out.
getting flamed
I think
on
Lan has one or two, and
Which
then
one do you want?
I have a
both
few.
of them. Hit us with both.
Lan, hit us
Both?
with the first one, and then we'll go second.
The first one I was gonna say is Grease is the best musical ever made.
Grease, best musical ever made.
I know that the film has some crazy things, and it could definitely not be made now, and it is very like raunchy. I don't know why my mom let us watch it as kids,
Yeah, crazy.
Not
but
The
I
Simpsons, but Grease is
yeah,
okay.
but I
Literally.
think like the music itself is like my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, Grease goes hard. I really love Grease. I mean, I can't disagree with that hot take. I mean, I disagree with it, but like for me, the best musical of all time, I would probably give to Mamma Mia 2. So that's
That's
mine.
fair. That's fair.
Over Wicked?
Over oh yeah.
After you just defended Wicked for your life?
Wicked's great. No,
Nice.
Wicked's awesome. What's your second hot take?
My second hot take is what's the song called?
Waiting on a
Waiting
Wish.
Waiting
on
on
a
a
Wish.
Wish from the new
Waiting
Snow
on a
White
Wish.
deserves to be one of the top like musical songs. It deserves that much praise because it is that good. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's better than everything in Wicked, because whatever. I think everyone's just hard
Lazy.
on for
Wicked's D
Wicked
right
right
now.
now.
Well,
But
let's
it
be honest
deserves to
though.
be.
They're writing Wicked's D, but the movie
Yeah,
rocks.
the movie
No, the
rocks.
movie is great.
Yeah.
But I think that song is up there.
I think that
But
I'm
also, you
gonna
have to
hop
realize
onto
that Wicked's music has been around for
forever.
20
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and it's one of the top. I think it's, if not the top sell, no, one of the top selling musicals ever. So obviously, people are
Yeah.
gonna be sucking on it.
I think that Waiting on a Wish could fall into like a top 5 category with all of Wicked's songs.
Okay, I agree with that.
Like maybe the 4th or 5th
I liked
place.
Waiting on a Wish.
Look.
I had a second point of like I don't think it stacks up as well post movie for me, but that's just for me, right? Like it's this thing with music we talk about all the time. Like music's just gonna hit in different ways
Yeah.
for different people. But like also who knows in 20 like I grew up with the Wicked soundtrack, which is why I can boost Defying Gravity at any time. But Waiting on a Wish is probably gonna be one of those songs that it's like in 10, 15 years I think could hold up.
Yeah. Do you want to know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
The Snow White movie is one of the lowest rated movies on was it IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes?
The new one.
Yeah. It has a lower rating than Cats. It has a 2.1 rating.
So this is one of my hot takes. Can I give it?
Yeah.
Because it goes perfectly in line with that. This isn't a hot take. This is just a general thing. If you have not seen a movie, you should not touch it with a 10-foot pole to
I
give your
agree.
opinion on a movie. Now, this goes for everything. Whether you hate Rachel Ziegler, whether you hate Gal Gadot, whether you're a conservative,
Pronounce
a
it
liberal.
right, please.
What?
Pronounce it right, please.
Gal Gadot.
Thank you.
No matter what, no matter how you feel about like certain worldly issues, don't review the movie. Like, just don't. Like, sure, like, it's so stupid. Like, I don't want to argue with someone and be like, I really like Snow White because we all really like Snow White. And I've talked to people about it, and everyone I've talked to has been like, no, it sucks. I'm like, have you seen it? No, I won't see it. Why? Oh, well, because Gal Gadot is a, Zionist. Okay, well, that's fine. Totally fair reason not to see the movie. Don't tell me the movie sucks. You can say, I don't support that movie because Gal Gadot's in it. I'm saying Gadot. So literally screw off. But like, you can say that, but don't come at me with this movie sucks. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I'm so sick of people arguing that movies are bad when they haven't seen the movie. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I'm more than happy to argue movies. Me and Jack show that every single week. But it's like the movies we're arguing, we've seen.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, also Snow White did horrendously at the box office.
Yeah. Which is crazy to me because the movie is a good movie.
It is. I do think it's good. I do think it's good.
a good movie. And like, I don't know. I think, oh man, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to even talk about because like you get on Letterboxd and you read through it and it's like, it's either hating on Gal or hating on Rachel. And it's just like, I would bet that 85% of these reviews haven't actually seen the movie. They just know what type of person they are outside of it. And so they felt like they could leave their review on a movie. But when you do that and you give a movie like Snow White all these bad reviews and then it tanks in the box office, it's going to make, and it's Disney, so they're going to make whatever they want. But like, had this happened to another movie that was not made by Disney, maybe like an A24 film or something like that, they're not going to be able to continue making movies.
Yeah. Well, fake reviews have been a problem for a long time. Like fake reviews, like when The Last Jedi came out, people review bombed The Last Jedi, hating on it because everyone hates that movie. It's my favorite Star Wars movie, which I know everyone thinks is crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's a hot take.
I just
Valid though.
That we should have made a hot take. That should have been your
hot take. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is the greatest Star Wars movie ever made on a cinematic front, as well as it's my favorite story in the Star Wars universe. I like I am so, but I am of the regard where like I argue, sure, but like any Star Wars movie that someone says is their favorite, great, go
Yeah.
off. Like if they're like, this is the best Star Wars movie, like you guys, you're both Episode 3 is the best Star Wars movie. Yep.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
but like I think that's great because I think but also like I do think there's a lot of like you see it at a certain time. I never saw a single Star Wars movie till I was 16 years old. A single Star Wars. I watched New Hope when I was 16, and I connected with The Last Jedi because that was like Force Awakens came out, loved it, and then The Last Jedi. I'm such a big Rian Johnson fan, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is cinematically perfect. And also, there's so many cool things in that movie. And I'm sorry if your love for Luke Skywalker is that fragile that because that happens in that movie, you feel like it ruins his character as a whole. Yeah, you need to kind of maybe have a stronger opinion.
Star Wars fans suck. Let's just be honest. Like, Star Wars fans suck because, and this might be a hot take, but the new Star Wars TV show that released on Disney Plus,
Acolyte.
The Acolyte
oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
goes so hard.
It is so good. And like, I have a friend, we've talked about him before. He wouldn't watch it. He wouldn't watch that movie. He's like, this is the cheesiest show I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, sure, maybe some of the acting is cheesy. The actual storyline and then the fight scenes.
Oh, other hot take. It is the second best Star Wars action fighting after Episode 3.
After the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight.
It has the second best lightsaber duel.
Dude, it's such a good TV show. And the direction that they were taking it, like, bro, they were trying to introduce
Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis, which is the hole from the third movie.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
you ever
yeah.
heard the tale of Darth Plagueis? Bro, and then all these Star Wars fans who are like, it just doesn't go with the Star Wars lore. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Because they literally are trying to bring in all of this super cool Star Wars lore, and then for the dumbest reasons possible, people were hating on that movie. And I don't want to bring up why the majority of people hated it because it might turn political, and I just don't feel like we need that on the podcast.
Right.
But
Yeah.
dude, oh my gosh. I watched 3 of those episodes and was like mouth open,
Yeah.
just shocked at how good they were.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it, so I have no opinion. I didn't watch, but I don't watch Star Wars TV too much. That's just because it just like I've never connected too much with it. But I do think of the lightsaber battles you showed me. It's sick, like super sick. So
When he freaking headbutts, oh bro,
yeah,
don't even. I'll talk about Star Wars for hours.
no, yeah, I absolutely agree. I think, it's interesting.
Oh, but anyway, back to my point. Star Wars fans suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
I think Star Wars fans are just so precious about this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you can be precious without having to completely crap on anything you don't like.
well, and the thing is, like, they hated on the kid who played Anakin when he was young,
Yeah.
to the point where we all know like his story. They hated on Hayden Christensen for his portrayal of
And now they love him.
Anakin, and now all of a sudden they love him. I've always thought Hayden
I
Christensen
think it's
is
the kids that grew up with him are actually able to raise their voice now
Fair.
and show him that we loved him. And it's all the older people that hated him are just getting drowned out. Like, we
Fair.
don't care what you think.
because I've always thought Hayden Christensen was fantastic as Anakin, and a lot of people hate on him and say that he's cheesy and that he can't act and yada yada yada. but the emotion that he brings to the screen in that role, like the hurt in his eyes when he goes through the transition at the end of the third movie, like you can see the pain in his eyes. And I think a lot of people can't do that in acting roles. Like they struggle to show that much emotion where you can just see it in their eyes without any other like facial feature movement. But oh man, and the dialogue between him and Obi-Wan on
Yeah.
Mustafar, bro. Oh
It's
yeah.
good.
Anyway, that's why it's a top 4 movie for me.
No, yeah. Look, man, I'm excited to see it in theaters again. I think that will be a lot of fun. I'm also really excited to see Pride and Prejudice in the big screen again. I haven't watched it on the big screen before, but that movie, dude.
I haven't seen it.
My mom loved those books.
I've seen Pride and Prejudice and Zombies though, and that's
Banger.
a banger.
Banger. Well, just wait till we go see Pride and Prejudice, boys. We're going.
Look,
Alright.
Keira
I'll be
Knightley.
there. I'll
Keira
be there.
Knightley, one of my favorite 3 actresses of all time.
There. Can you believe how young she was in the Pirates movies?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Swann.
Elizabeth
Insane.
Swann.
What I was going to say, the Megaplex is not the best theater as far as like the movie going experience and whatever, how they take care,
Steve Sark sucks.
and
say it on
their
the pod, I don't
rebrand is booty cheeks.
The rebrand really needs to be reevaluated.
Yeah,
they
need to-
should have hit me up. I'm serious. As far as movie going affairs goes, the Megaplex needs to hit me up because I will revolutionize that theater.
I'm in.
Yes.
You want me to
Dude,
send them an email?
I'm in. Yeah, we'll email.
I'll
them.
send him an email,
Yeah.
dude.
Scrap the rebrand.
Well,
What
there's
is
just
that?
like my problem with. I feel like we live in Utah, and the Megaplex is like the big brand, right? Megaplex, and then we have Cinemarks. The Megaplex, it was. I worked at the Megaplex theaters for 3 years. Love the Megaplex. It used to be really awesome when it came to the movie going experience, but nowadays I feel like they just have at a lot of their locations. It's like they've stopped caring. It's like they don't. There's just so many issues with so many things when it comes to their projection, their sound, which don't get me wrong, I know that's not on the workers all the time, but it's like, I don't know, sometimes you guys, I feel like it's your sloppiness with setting times, setting lights, setting everything, which is on them. And it just really bums me out. But no, yeah. They need someone to, and now they're like, we're putting alleys in movie theaters.
Yeah.
I don't need a bowling alley in a movie theater. I'll go to the bowling alley if I want to bowl. Thank you very
We
much.
should go to the bowling alley.
Although
we
I
should
will,
enter a men's bowling league.
here's what I'll say: if they want to put a bowling alley on the side of the Megaplex, because it's so close to us, I'll go bowl.
I'm in.
I love to bowl.
Let's go bowling. Anyway, also what I was saying is, back to my point.
About Star Wars fans? Or
No, about the Megaplex.
Oh, yeah,
it's
my
not
bad.
the best for like the movie going experience, yada yada. But I do love their $5 real deals.
Yeah, I'm really glad they're doing that.
I think that and the selection of movies that they're putting in also.
John Wick,
Oh, Indiana Jones is coming back.
saw that.
Yeah, they're doing really well with that. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, we watched Gladiator in theaters last year, the first Gladiator, which was a ton of fun. And again, it cost $5. It's like these movies, I love watching them on the big screen. And whenever they bring them back, it's always cool. Yeah, I think that is one thing they do exceedingly
It's like
well.
their saving grace right now. That and
Yeah.
the popcorn bucket.
And the IMAX at our local one.
Yeah.
IMAX goes hard at our
Does.
local one.
Biggest IMAX theater on the West Coast.
It's the third biggest on the West Coast.
Wow.
It's the biggest in Utah, though.
Well, close enough.
Yeah, but it's huge. I don't know if it's third biggest. I think it might be second or first, actually.
I think it is first. Like I'm like
I know I
98%
told you
sure
guys
that it's
that.
first. No, but I looked it up online because that's how I found out that the theater in New York is the biggest IMAX theater in the country.
Yeah, the AMC. But no, while he looks that up, we're gonna wrap things up here. We'll be back with our reviews. Obviously, those will drop on Friday. But thank you guys for listening to episode 8. Thanks for rocking with us all these weeks, and we will plan on seeing y'all soon. Jax is Jax Pete on Letterboxd. Landon is Lando Pete on Letterboxd. I am Saurus19. Follow us. We do follow back. And until next time, Jax, did you figure that out?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Can I give one more hot take that's not like movie related, but it's TV related?
Yeah, go off.
Because I got the shirt on, and I will argue with anyone that New Girl is the greatest sitcom ever made.
Okay.
It is.
I'm
I know
in.
there's The Office, Parks and Rec, Seinfeld, whatever.
Not a big Friends guy, so don't come at me
Yeah,
with
don't
that.
count with Friends.
I'm
Trash.
not a big Friends fan.
If Friends didn't have the laugh track, no one would know when to laugh.
Yeah, no one would laugh.
But New
That's
Girl
so
is the
funny.
best.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. My personal preference just goes to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Fair.
But
I
that's just like my preference.
Yeah.
Like that's what I enjoy more. But I also think New Girl is incredibly good.
I've just watched like 2 seasons of It's Always Sunny, and I was just like,
It wasn't for you. It's the same. I feel like how people feel with Seinfeld, where it's either for you or it isn't.
that's the thing is I still love Seinfeld and I love The Office, but I just think like as it goes, like New Girl,
Yeah.
every single character is great. There's characters in the other shows that I just can't stand, and everyone on this, I'm like, yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Go off. All right. See you guys next time.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Peace.